Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our public meeting of council for April 20th. We're meeting at a different time today because we have a commitment this evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order and ask someone move for the adoption of the agenda. Moved by Councillor Boland, seconder.
Second.
Second by Councillor White, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Approval of minutes. Has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes? That's the minutes of the April 6th council meeting as circulated. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Aylward, seconder, second by Tracy Boland. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. I should note that we look a little smaller in numbers, but we do have our other council members online from different locations across Canada. I think Councillor Hewlin is having a little bit of trouble getting on, but is trying to join us, and so we'll continue from there. Okay, any matters arising from the minutes? No matters arising from the minutes. Proclamations and delegations. Have there been any for this month? I don't think so. I think there's some coming up for next month, but none for this month. And so we will move to committee reports. And we do have I think a fairly small agenda today, so it's not going to be a lengthy meeting by the look of it, but I will pass over the committee reports to Councillor Myra White for the Finance Committee.
Aye. Hello to everybody that might be joining us online. The Finance Committee met on April the 17th, 2023, and the following items were recommended for council approval. Item number 1 is our revised budget for 2023, requesting approval to adopt a revised 2023 budget with revenues and expenditures totaling $9,542,782.00. I so move.
Moved by Councillor White, seconder.
Second.
Second by Councillor Aylward. Question or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Contraminded? Okay, motion carried.
Item number 2, accounts payable listing, requesting approval to pay accounts payable listing for March totaling $222,778.03.
Moved by Councillor White, seconder.
I'll second.
Second by Councillor Boland, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Item number 3, approval to submit application for Canada Community Building Fund. Requesting approval to submit a capital investment plan application to the Canada Community Building Fund Secretariat, Department of Municipal and Provincial Affairs in the amount of $185,480.04 to redevelop for the redevelopment of the town's water supply wells. I so move.
Moved by Councillor White, seconder.
I'll second that.
Second by Councillor Boland. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Item number 4 is a request for funds, Caribou Curling Club. Requesting approval to give a grant to the Caribou Curling Club in the amount of $5,000. I so move.
Moved by Councillor White, seconder.
Second.
Second by Councillor Aylward. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Item number 5 is a change of job title. Requesting approval to change job title from town manager to chief administrative officer or CAO. I so move.
Moved by Councillor White, seconder.
Second.
Second by Councillor Aylward. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's it.
And that's it for finance? Okay. We're really moving fast. I gotta slow us down a bit so I don't break Tom's record for the fastest one that he set last.
No, you better.
week. It was-
You better slow her down.
I better slow her down. There's not a lot. Not a lot to come up with. We'll have to see. Anyway, we'll move on now to the Planning and Traffic Committee, and I'll pass that over to Councillor Laura Aylward.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Fallow. The Planning and Traffic Committee met on April 17th, 2023, and the following items were recommended for approval. First item is 54 St. George's Avenue, line 2165, Newfoundland Labrador Corporation. Request approval to issue a permit to operate an Airbnb and erect a sign on the residence located at 54 St. George's Avenue, subject to service Newfoundland and Labrador. I so move.
Moved by Councillor Aylward, seconder.
A second.
Second by Councillor White. And I guess we'll probably be seeing some of this as people now become compliant with the new regulation that suggests that anyone running an Airbnb has to be registered and so on. So it's good to see that this is starting to happen. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
145 New Mexico Drive, requesting approval to issue a permit, replace porch overhang on the dwelling located at 145 New Mexico Drive. I so move.
Moved by Councillor Aylward. Seconder, second by Councillor Boland. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Just a note that Councillor Yulin is in the audience, in the gallery, I guess, but unable to get the link to logging in live, but he is there and listening, so we'll say hello to him. Hope he's enjoying himself.
Yes, have a good trip. Hope your weather keeps well over there.
Yes.
Okay, next item is annual spring cleanup 2023. Request approval to commence spring cleanup with bulk drop off at the Public Works Depot from April 25th to May 5th, 2023, and curbside collection from May 8th to May 12th, 2023. I so move.
Moved by Councillor Aylward.
I'll second it.
Second by Councillor Boland. So this is,
Question.
yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say that I think cleaning up our town and all the great work our public works and staff have been doing has been exemplary. But everybody's got to take a responsibility. And there's nobody that probably does more cleanup in the town of Stephenville than Donnie Bennett. And I got to say, is a big shout out to him, his commitment to keeping Stephenville clean and green. But he's actually an example that we all need to follow, that we should all take time to take parts of our community and try to clean up. And we do have some champions that do that. But, you know, we are now becoming a green economy. And I think keeping our town clean and pristine in all measures, that's from our riparian zones and our beaches and our rivers, our lakes, our backyards, our side streets, our main streets. I think everybody's got to play a role, and it allows our community to take an ownership, but it actually creates pride in our community. And I know years ago we received an award for the Tidy Towns, and that was some great work done in the past. So let's keep it up, citizens, and ensure that we all play a role to keep our town and our environment clean.
I'd also like to say I've been out walking quite a bit there lately, and I have noticed, I'd like to say thank you to the taxpayers of Stephenville that have been out and already cleaning not only their own property, but picking up a lot of the garbage that's been thrown there. So I want to say thank you to all who are participating in picking up our garbage. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree. I would encourage anybody there to that wants to do this to clean up. As far as I know, The bags are still available here. And they'll get, is it $1 we're paying now or $2 a bag?
We have policy on that one, but
Yes.
they'll pay one.
We used to pay $1, I know, for bags, you know, if they wanted to bring the bags here and the town men could pick it up. And Public Works could pick it up. So
Yeah.
if there's any questions on that, you know, I would encourage people to call the town office
Yep.
and ask what the, you know, what the procedure is and that they like to do a street or along the beach or wherever. They can certainly come here and pick up the bags. It's not a problem. So I'd encourage that.
Yes, as far as I know, bags, gloves and.
Yeah,
those,
pinchers.
Pinchers to pick things up.
Picker uppers, I call them.
Yeah, if you're out and about and tend to be someone who notices garbage and wants to pick things up, then certainly give the town a call. So before we vote on this, just a reminder that the first part, April 25th to May 5th, is bulk drop off at the depot. So the curbside collection starts on May 8th. So we would encourage people who are going to use the curbside collection to try to put your garbage out closer to the May 8th date as opposed to, you know, April, when it then has to stay by the side of the road for a long period of time and tends to be unsightly. So if you can keep those dates in mind, that would be really helpful for sure. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Last item
Yes.
on planning is
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
request for quote street painting.
No, say it again. Request for approval.
Requesting approval.
Yes.
Sorry, requesting approval for quote street paving. Requesting approval that the town of Stephenville accept the bid submitted from True Lines Pavement Marking in the amount of $68,120 plus HST to complete street painting 2003. I so moved.
2023.
2020.
2020. Did I say 2003?
You did, yeah.
Gone back in time. Thinking 2023. I'm sure to get a few comments from this meeting about my memory. But I was born in 1939.
Can't remember.
June 6th.
Okay.
Yeah, the year World War II broke out. It was quite a year, Laura.
I know, yeah.
You shook it up.
Big bang.
Moved by Councillor Aylward. Seconder.
Second.
Oh my.
I
Second by
got a
Councillor
question.
White.
Got a question? Yeah.
Yeah, just for our town manager. I presume the full line painting would incorporate all of our bike lanes. We've been doing some great work in the town of Stephenville on bike lanes. And actually the champion in our fire department, Nigel, has done a lot of work, not just on mountain bike trails, but also on working with our department staff and management to get line painting done for bicycles. And we did one trial there in area 13 where we, instead of using a line, we just put a symbol in green. They didn't really work out that well. The visibility wasn't great. And the plan was, Colin, that that a line, the symbols could go in, but you still had to have the line there to ensure that compliance of visibility and bikers would be in a safe zone. So what's great about bike lanes, it keeps people safe. It tends to narrow the street, and when you narrow the street, people slow down. It's just a rule of thumb there. And Stephenville's fortunate, we do have a lot of wide streets, so we can afford to put bike lanes. So it's a great measure for creating healthier living. It's a great measure for safety, and it shows that we're in line with participation and trying to keep everybody safe. That's from seniors to children.
Do we have a date that when maybe they might be able to start?
I talked to them just this week, and they'd like to start as early as possible. So it is dependent on weather, and it is dependent on ambient temperature, and it also is dependent on us being able to clean the streets. But the street sweep was out today, and the back truck's out today. So what happens is we're starting to be able to prepare for them to be able to lay down the lines as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you.
And also, around bike lanes, we, you know, you might want to, revisit with Nigel, what areas are potentially good areas so that we don't, because I think we got over ambitious at, one point and, we may have put bicycle lanes in places where there's just not the space to do it. So I would suggest we create a couple of, you know, loops that are safe and accessible and stuff, and then keep it in mind to build on that as we move forward, right? And as we encourage people to be.
We had a discussion with Nigel on those issues.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna have to maybe work with the painter to be able to make sure that they're correctly placed.
Right, absolutely. And the other thing, of course, over time is we've got some great streets, they're wide, but we also have interesting setups in that our grates and manhole covers tend to be right where that bike lane would go. So cyclists have to be careful as well on West Street, for example, where the bike lane runs up through and you're in and out of dips. So we are looking at that and trying to think of creative ways to get around that and so on. So hopefully we will get there over time. Every little step makes a difference.
I think too, also, Deputy Mayor Fallow, that no doubt all new development in Stephenville, as we grow the community, that we must be cognizant that we have to be really good in our planning so that subdivisions or expansion has incorporated bike lanes, has sidewalks. And remember, we are a outdoor culture where a lot of people have snow machines and ATVs, and even incorporating certain areas where accessing the Appalachian Trail would be much easier. So that's really good planning. It helps create a more vibrant community, and it becomes an attraction and a marketing tool in keeping young families or attracting families to our town.
Yep, and for citizens of Stephenville, we know that our population curve is more on the 50+ side, but those of us who are 50+ remember childhood where everyone rode a bike. And I think we're headed back that way, and encourage everybody to start looking at that. It's cheaper. Stephenville is relatively flat. It's a relatively safe place to ride bikes, and you know, if you, and I see more and more people with electric bikes, electric assist and those kinds of things. So hopefully this summer we'll see more people start to get out and walk, ride, etc. And as we see that start to happen, then hopefully we can start to move towards putting some bike racks where people tend to congregate or where they need them and so on. So you build it and we will come.
But I would encourage the bikers that to wear their helmets,
To wear their helmets?
because, you know, that to me is, I've seen people around the bikes and with no helmets.
Absolutely.
When I was a little girl, I was knocked down by a bike,
Okay, yeah.
and my sister was, and you know, that stays in your mind forever.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I never did ride a bike. I never did learn to ride a bike because of it. I hated it. I hated bikes.
Yeah.
But you know, when you're a child, that leaves that experience in your mind for a long time.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would encourage anybody out there that's in any, like a bike or ATV or whatever, to have your helmets
That's
on,
right.
you know.
That's right. And to follow the regulations.
Yes.
And rules. Bicycles are moving vehicles, so you ride your bike on the side of traffic. You walk to the left facing traffic, you ride on the right with traffic. And I see a lot of that not happening as well, and we just need to go back to reminding people that that's the way things happen, right?
Right. Did
might
we
be-
vote on that?
We might be able to use some of our marquees as reminders to people too, you know, just to get things going. Okay, so is there any more discussion on that item? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I
Carried. Anything else, Councillor Aylward, for?
That's it for planning, unless, I don't think there's anything late. Yeah.
What about the, just want to, just one moment now, because we had some discussion the other day that I thought was gonna make its way to this meeting. Okay, can we talk about it all? No.
So new business.
Yeah, okay. All right, so that's it for,
Yes. No, just to discuss it.
yeah. So that's it for traffic and planning. Anything under bylaws and regulations? Stay tuned. We will have things coming under bylaws and regulations relatively soon, I hope.
Yep.
Unfinished business. No unfinished business. Okay, new business. Anyone have anything under new business?
If I can add, we were down looking at the area where campers have been normally placed in the past. I was discussing this with the airport and